Hey guys, happy Sunday. Look who I have
Hello.
with me. He's off today, so Edward Copeland is joining me. We are super excited to talk to you guys about Instagram. In case you missed it, I started an Instagram. It's called Cake Sense. It's on Instagram. Have you followed us?
Yes, I have.
Wow. Okay. So I would like for you to go on Instagram and follow Cake Sense, CENTS. That's going to be our community that we are trying to bring people along with us for the journey, that want to inspire others, that want to spread cake love, that want to grow in their cake businesses. And this week we're going to focus on social media. So we're focusing on Instagram, which is why I'm going to be asking you guys to head over there quite a bit this week. So I wanted to talk to you really quick about a couple of tips. Some of you have, about 27 of you actually so far from this group, I've asked you to go to Cake Sense, I've asked you to like the page, and I've asked you to comment below with your name and with the name of your business. Have you done that?
Not yet.
Just kidding. So some of you have done that. The reason I asked you to comment with your name is because a lot of you, when I go to your cake page, I don't know who you are. And so if you're a new caker or someone trying to grow your following, I think it's important that your followers know who they're dealing with and who you are. So think about how uncomfortable it might be if you are Kaha's Cakes and I go on and it says all this great stuff about what you do. I see your work and maybe I want to inquire and it says to send you an email. I don't know who to address it to. Do I say to whom it may concern? Do I say, you know, what? So for example, Juanita, I don't remember the name of your business, but if I go onto your business and I want to inquire about a cake, I would love to be able to say, hey Juanita, I came across your info on Instagram and I wanted to reach out to you to get some pricing. So that is the first step that I can give you, the first tip that I can give you. Make your name appear in your bio. And so that leads me into today's challenge. What we're gonna do is launch a 7-day Instagram challenge. So it'd be like an InstaChallenge. The hashtag that we're going to use is going to be Cake Sense. So anything we do on this challenge for the next few days, I want you to make sure that you're tagging hashtag Cake Sense so that way I can go on, search the hashtag and find you. So today is day 1 and we'll go through all the day 7s because some of you need to plan and prepare. I know you're going to freak out about day 2. So day 1 today is about the bio. What's your Instagram bio look like?
It's very simple. It just kind of tells you a little story about who I am and who I represent.
If I went to your Instagram bio, would I like have a good feel for who you are?
I think so. I mean, maybe you can give me some feedback.
Let me check. I do know my husband's password. All right, so we're gonna go to Instagram. I'm gonna go to you. So it says husband, father to 3 daughters, leader, follower, inspirational speaker, have purpose. All right. And then you link your Facebook page, which is your tribe of guys, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So yeah, I like that. And Eddie's name is Edward Copeland, in case when you want to follow him. But also, he doesn't have to put his name in his bio because it's very clear I know who he is. So let's see. Let's go to mine. Do you follow me?
I do. Right there. At the top.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Most searched.
So mine says, Janelle Copeland, wife, mommy of 3, owner of the Cake Mamas, founder of a tribe called Thrive, and my 5 favorite F words, which are family, faith, food, fitness, and founder, because I like creating things. And then it's got a link to the tribe called Thrive that I created. That's a whole nother separate thing. So I think if you went to my page, you'd be able to kind of see like what my life's about. I said family, I said faith, I post pictures when we go to church. I love food. There's food pictures on here. I've got gym selfies because I said fitness was one of my 5. So basically what I'm going to challenge you to do today with your business is, remember we talked yesterday about your Instagram page and feed being kind of like your handshake to the world. So this, the bio is your way of extending that handshake. It's the very first interaction that a customer, a future client will have. And so if you're not extending all of the information that they might need to get to know you, I want to know, if I want to know a little bit more about you, then that would help me determine whether I'm going to do business with you or not, right?
Yeah, and so or are you saying like, and I'm just going to ask you this question. So if you're saying if I make cakes, but I say in my bio I'm about fun and laughter, that should be incorporated with my cake photos.
I think that it should. Yeah, whatever you claim to be in your bio, then it should also reflect what your feed looks like. So, for example, if you say in your bio that you're a caker, but I don't see any cakes, it's just your personal life, and I have to keep scrolling, then I'm confused, and I'm not going to take you seriously as a baker, right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so I have some tips for you. And this is, again, day one of the InstaChallenge is how to create a great bio. So number one, do not have a private account. If you have a private account, no one can even read your bio, so it's a complete waste of marketing time. If you are one of those people that says, hey, I'm on Instagram for business, you know, follow me, and I have to request to follow you and you're trying to sell me something, you're ruining your own life, and so you need to stop.
Stop.
Okay.
Immediately.
So make them unprivate. If it's private, because I don't even know why it would be private if you're trying to sell cakes. If it's private because you don't want your baby daddy to see that you're making cakes or doing something to earn an extra income, I don't know, that's issues, but basically it cannot be private. So all of you guys that have commented or that are a part of this and you want to grow your Instagram following, you cannot grow it if it's private. You should have a private account if you are concerned with, you know, your kids being on the internet. But again, yesterday I talked about your business and your personal page being separate. So unblock your accounts. That's rule number one. Rule number two, what's your name? So unless you are, like on my Instagram page, it says Janelle Copeland. If it says Kaha's Creations, I would want to know that your name is Kaha James or whatever your name is. At least put your first name so that way I can, again, feel like I can relate to you when I am thinking about maybe ordering a cake from you. It's just a personal level that takes it another step to me wanting to do business with you. Faithful Lloyd, for some reason I can't see the live feed. Can you guys see us? Can somebody else let us know? Juanita, I know you're on here, because if we're doing all this and you can't see us, that's gonna suck. You wait to see what they say.
No one said anything yet.
Anybody out there? Can you guys see us? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Arlene. So maybe whoever said they can't see us, maybe get off and come back on. All right, cool. So number three, who are you? So I want to know a little bit about you. I want to know, what do you do? What service do you provide? What makes you unique? Anything that you can tell me about you. So, for example, on the Cake Mamas feed, do you want to read that one? It says, if I'm not mistaken, like Food Network winners, Cupcake Wars, Cake Wars, spreaders of love and kindness. Obviously, that's something that I do post about. So I always have motivational quotes about kindness and working together as a team. And it says, we make everything sweet. I also, which would be the number 5, so we're going to skip for a second. Also on my bio for the Cake Mamas, it says, please no DMs, call or email. So you guys can check that. So let's bring you back. So back to number 3, who are you? What service do you provide? So for example, do you want to say something?
Yeah, no, I just want to kind of touch on that. I think that's important because if I'm running a business, and these days there's so many options, there's so many people I can go to for business, knowing something about you that I find favor in. I love the fact that you're talking about family. I love the fact that you said kindness.
Mm-hmm.
That allows me to make a decision to say, I would love to do business with this person because this is what they represent. And when I scroll down, I see things around kindness. I see things around inspiration. So
like
that
it's uniform and it matches.
It matches, and so now I go, oh, I would love to do business with because I already like them already.
Mm-hmm. So another example would be, like, there's a photographer I follow. Her name's Candace Benjamin. So see if you can find her. I'm pretty sure that she lives somewhere in like Minnesota or Iowa or something. And so she says, this is good. I'm going to hold on for a second. Candace Benjamin, yeah. And I only am following a few people on the Cake Sense Instagram. So if you guys click on follow, you'd be able to see Candace Benjamin is one of the examples. She doesn't even know that I'm using her. Let me see.
Someone else came up.
It's because you don't know how to spell Candace.
I love it.
So you can entertain for a second.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Candace Benjamin, you can't see that, sorry. It says, I'm a wedding and anniversary photographer that lives in beautiful northern Colorado and travels the U.S. to photograph love. Isn't that sweet? So she's not only telling you what she does, there's a specific type of wedding and anniversary photographer that she is, and that she wants to photograph people to convey their love. So she's not gonna photograph you like in a club or something like that. She also says that she lives in northern Colorado, which helps you understand if you love her photography because you saw it, you know, shared or something on Instagram, you would know, oh wow, she's all the way in Colorado. And then she also says, I travel the US to photograph love. So what that tells me is she's not a photographer that just stays in her area. That tells me she's willing to travel, most likely for a fee. And so if I'm a bride on a budget and I live anywhere near her, I'm probably not gonna reach out to her. So she's trying to attract a certain type of clientele. So the cool thing is if you look up Candace Benjamin on Instagram, you can see the bio that I'm reading to you. Also, every one of her photos is a different like shot of a mountain, like it's like the most amazing places that you would want to take a photo. So clearly it looks high end. It looks like she's not doing this in a backyard or at a park. This is not entry level. So this tells me the type of quality that she's providing, and it also gives me a perception of value. So if I'm just someone looking for a silly little quote for someone to come take pictures of me and my boyfriend, let's say, who I'm not even engaged to, they're most likely not going to go with her.
Right.
Right.
And then also, I love the fact that it's just consistent. So
yeah.
She's telling you a quick bio, telling you almost a story about who she is, and then all of her photos validate that. And I think that consistency brings value as well. So people love things that are succinct and they tell a great story, and everything is validated through that journey. And you can take a journey through her Instagram page and just briefly looking at it, she fulfills that in every single photo.
Okay. Another example would be Yolanda Gamp. I recently discovered her maybe a few months ago. She is a YouTube caker. So I'm teaching you about business. She's teaching you about how to cake it, right? So actually the name of her business in her bio, it says How to Cake It. That is the name of my YouTube channel. Watch me make a giant strawberry out of cake. And then she puts the link, okay? So the point is she's trying to promote the fact that she wants you to leave Instagram and go over and follow her on her legit business, which is actually YouTube. So I'm trying to give you examples of some creative ways for you to be very specific in your bio about how to get people to know who you are, what service you provide, maybe where you're at, what your unique service is, what sort of service you provide, what makes you different, and what you're all about, basically. So again, it's your handshake, and I want you to kind of give that some consideration.
And I'll just add to that, is it consistent? Like when you create this bio and you look at what you currently have right now, does it speak the same? Is it the same language?
Right. Because don't front, because it's like 2017 and people will figure you out, right? Okay, so number 3 was who are you? What do you do? We just went over all that. Number 4 is include the link to your website. So if you don't have a website, some suggestions I would give you would be maybe link to your Facebook page, but then you're going from Instagram to Facebook. So I'd say if you don't have a website, like where are you at with that? Because if you're on Instagram and you say no DMs, please email me, and they have to type in your email address, maybe there's a way you can link. No, you can't put a link to email someone.
No.
So I would just tell you want to make it as simple as possible for people to get to you. So that wouldn't be a good idea if you don't have a website. But if you have a website, usually you can link it to the contact us. On the Cake Mamas, we just want you to go to the website, and you can send us an email straight from the website. So that would be number 4, include your website in the link. Just a side note, do not post stuff on Instagram and then say, here's my website, here's how you can contact me. It's not a hyperlink in the comments. So the only way that you can get people from Instagram and direct them to your account or to your website is to do it through the bio. So please listen to what I'm saying. Number 5 is tell them how to contact you. So stay away from, that's number 6. Okay, so number 5, how to contact you. So we put specifically no DMs. One of the reasons why is because we do live stories on our Instagram, and every time someone wants to comment, it comes through as a DM. I hate that. I wish Instagram would change that. But for now, we get probably thousands of DMs a week. If you're also trying to ask me for a cake price through a DM, I'm never gonna see it because I don't even manage those most of the time. So we are very specific. Do not DM us. Please send us an email for a quote. So it says you can put your email and the button will come up. Yes, you can, Jones Bree. So there are, that was my final thing. There are other options that you can add, little buttons. For example, when you go to the Cake Mamas, it says that we are a cupcake shop or a bakery. So you can customize your business based on what your needs are. So if you're a cottage baker, you probably don't want people clicking on your location. You can click on email, text, there's lots of options. So I would say you need to learn that and figure out what it is that you want to do. What's the call to action that you want them to take?
I would suggest not putting your personal line, or if you have a business line, put that on there so that you're not answering the phone, hello. It should be, hello, this is such and such from whatever your business is.
You sound like Adele right now.
Yeah, hello.
Sorry.
It's me. No, but I think that you want to convey in the impression of value. And so when someone calls you on your personal line, you just answer the phone, hello. That doesn't speak value to me. That speaks a lower value, and I don't know if I want to pay the price that you may be asking for. Right. So I would have a business line that you can answer with your business introduction.
Perfect. Okay. The last thing I'll tell you is stay away from the silly little apps or like the dumb little like letters you probably don't even know. But you can download an app that has you like type in, let's say your name is Jones Bree, and you want to put these funky little letters that are in boxes or some sort of silly font. I would tell you it just comes off as unprofessional. It looks like you spent a lot of time doing something that was unnecessary. And if I am interested in potentially hiring you as a service provider or a cake maker, I would want to know that you're spending a lot of time on the things that are important, which would be making cakes and running a professional business. So I would just tell you stay away from that. It's kind of a turn off. So those are the 6 things that I want you to do today. So today's number one challenge is to go back, look at your bio, and make sure that your handshake is the best handshake that you can give to future potential clients. And then when you're done with that, I think I want you to like tag me in it and use the hashtag CakeSense, and then I can go and I can check it out. So I'm going to quickly go through days 2 through 7 for the InstaChallenge, because some of you, like I said, you're gonna freak out about some of the things that I want you to do each day, and it's not that big of a deal. This is just for fun and support and to bring some things to your attention. So number 2, day 2, is going to be intros. So what I would like is for you to take a photo of yourself, which is why I'm giving you a couple of days. No, I'm not. I'm giving you today and tomorrow. So if you need to do your hair, if you need to, whatever you need to do, go get your eyebrows plucked. I want you to post a picture tomorrow and do an introduction. So I will copy and repost the introduction. Yes, Jones Bree, I am telling you, put your face on there. I want to know who I'm doing business with. In the very first video I did with you guys, with Eddie and I, don't be dramatic. In the very first video that we did, we were explaining to you how the new generation, the generation of purchasers and buyers right now, they want to connect with the real you. They're not interested in going to like Miller Lite, Bud Light, Lay's potato chips. They want to come to Jones Bree Cakes, but they want to connect with you. They want to know what your story is. They want to know what you're into. Just like you guys are semi-interested in the fact that Eddie is my husband. We're taking the time on a Sunday to do this to you. You know I have kids. That's why it's called the Cake Mamas. There's a certain level of connection that you feel that you have with me based on what I've shared on my business page, right? Okay, so I'm asking you to make that same connection. So in your intros, I want you to talk about who you are. I would like to see your personality. It could be fun, quirky things. It could be whatever stage you're at in your life. You could be an empty nester. You could be a young, thriving millennial that's trying to get her hustle on and make $1. You could be, help me, like you could be whoever you are. You got it? Okay. So day 2 is intros. He wants me to shut up. Day 3 is going to be, the point of it's going to be about growth. So you're going to post an image that shows some sort of growth. So it could be, hey guys, my first cake is on the left, and that was in 2009. I'm so happy with my progress over the past 7 years that I've been dedicating to this passion that I have. And on the right is today's cake, which I, spent 15 hours on, and this is 2017. Talk about being proud. I want you to really kind of pump it up, and so that way, the point is for your viewers and readers to understand the growth that you've had over the past few years and make a connection with the fact that you're investing in the time, you're putting in the work, you're getting better at your craft.
No, and I think the best thing about that to me is not only does it show your growth, but it also shows your self-worth. Like, what do you see the value in your journey and how you've improved? I think it helps you, especially when we go back to that to when we talked about pricing. This is a great way to see, wow, I've grown so much that if I'm charging the same as I did for my first cake, or if I'm only charging 10, 15% more, and I have seen 100, 200% growth in my work, then I need to make sure that my price reflects that.
Right. So you're going to draft some sort of story that talks about and illustrates your growth. And I will be posting these things for you so that way you can kind of get a feel for what I'm looking for. Day 4, we're going to talk about your hard work and commitment. So that could be something as simple as like laying out all of your spatulas, your cookie cutters, all of the tools, and you're going to talk about your hard work and your commitment to this craft and this passion that you have. And that could also be you taking a picture in your cake area, like with your kids, talking about, this is why I work so hard. But somehow I want your users, viewers, followers, whatever, I want them to walk away feeling like, wow, she really puts a lot into this. This is a lot of hard work. And I don't want to discriminate because there are a couple guys on here. So he puts a lot of work into this. So day 4, again, is going to be about hard work and commitment. Day 5, go.
No, I think that also educates your customer too on what work goes into it a little bit. I know you do a lot of that when you're at the bakery.
Like behind the scenes kind of things.
Yeah.
So whatever you think you should post to convey in a photo, to convey your hard work and your commitment, right?
Yep.
Okay, so day 5, I think, is Eddie's favorite. What are you sacrificing to be able to do what you love?
That's huge. I mean, I think that when you think about leaving to do any type of work or staying home to do any type of work that you're putting in, I've heard this before. When you're saying yes to that, you're saying no to something else. So you may be saying no to spending time with your kids, or you may be saying no to spending time with your spouse or sleep, right? So you're saying no to something every time you're saying yes to the work that you're doing, and it may be worthy. But I think it's important to recognize what you're sacrificing so that also it builds some self-value, some worth in the things that you're doing.
And that's the point of it, is to build value in your business. So although I 1000% agree with you, Bree, around sleep, I would not advise you to look like tore up and post picture a big fat selfie with like bags under your eyes and look like you're sleep deprived and tell some sob story about how you're sleep deprived because you do cakes. I want you to think like, what is the message? Again, everything we're doing here is your handshake to the world. What's the best foot forward that you can put in order to show somebody your commitment level and the sacrifice that you're making to do something that you love? So it could be a throwback. In my case, you guys know I had a corporate job, right? It could be me way back in the day, like in a Best Buy shirt, hosting a meeting to 100 employees, and I could talk about my journey in the corporate world and how now I get to choose to walk away from a 6-figure income and live the life of a caker because that's my passion. Something along those lines. I want to think about, what are you sacrificing to be able to do what you love? That's day 5's challenge. Number 6, we are going to tag your biggest inspiration. So it could be 1 to 3, and we're going to talk. I would say this should be 1 just because I want you to really make a heartfelt message to this person. And I don't want you to just tag something. So for example, people post their own work on the cake, well, they post it on their page and then they just tag the cake mamas in their stuff. It's pretty annoying. Like, don't do that because you didn't make it. It wasn't inspired by me. Like, I don't even know why you're tagging it. Clearly, you're trying to get access to my followers, and it just comes off as unauthentic. So when we do this, we're going to select your biggest cake crush. And so that day, the hashtag is going to be Cake Sense Crush. And I want you to really write and compose a heartfelt message on why that particular business or person is someone that you're crushing on. And I want you to not just say, because he or she's a badass cake maker. I want you to really, like, do you represent what they stand for? Are your visions and values in alignment with what that person stands for? So there's lots of people in the cake world that I may not vibe with because I don't really like the content they're putting out, or maybe how they're putting it out there. Maybe it's unprofessional, whatever the case may be. So whoever I choose has to have the same values because I'm showing my customers that these are the people that I surround myself, right? So again, you're looking for these high-end customers, maybe somebody you follow. I can't use any names, but there's lots of names that come to mind that are inappropriate Instagram B-word cake people in their Instagram name. I don't know who these people are at all, but some of them have competed on Cake Wars, and I don't know, do they bleep out their name when they're talking about, I don't know. But for example, that wouldn't be somebody, I could be really cool friends with them, but on the low, like I would have to be on the low because I couldn't be the cake mama and be all about kindness and family and then bring my audience to like profanity and things like that. So does that make sense? Do you guys get what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Figure out who you want to. No, don't start any drama. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying who you're trying to attract is what, sorry. Okay, so day 7, we're going to ask for referrals. So this is gonna be a heartfelt message to the people that follow you. It's gonna be to your family, it's gonna be to your friends, the people that are supporting you if you're new. In my case, it would be something like maybe talking about the journey that we've been on. I could talk about we've been so inspired by the friends that we've made because of the bakery. So we've done date nights when we used to have a location where we could do like a date night for Valentine's Day with couples. Literally, I have 2 couples that have come on a date night. They have come to us for their engagement cake. They've come to us for their wedding cake. We've done baby shower cakes and first birthday cakes. Like, that is such an honor. And so if I talk about that, talk about how that brings me joy, talk about how that's just a connection I could have never ever dreamed of, and then I could ask to be a part of what upcoming events you might have, that's a way to ask for referrals. It's got to be a heartfelt message that you're putting out to your customers. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to post, I'm going to go back and edit the title of this so that way you have some time to kind of wrap your head around it. But every day we're going to get together, we're going to have conversations about how it's going. And so remember, today's day 1 of the challenge, and it's all about your bio, which is your virtual handshake and your first foot forward to a customer. Do you have anything else?
No, I think you said it all.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
I hope you guys have a great Sunday. We'll see you soon.